Alright, so today we're going to actually look at GeoGebra. So GeoGebra has a multitude of different options. You can do offline apps where you can download it onto your phone or your iPad and play with things on there. It also has apps you can download onto your laptop or your computer and play with different things. A lot of people use it mainly for graphing and such things as that. Or creating geometric figures to manipulate. So we have a couple of different options for apps. You have a graphing calculator app, so it'll graph functions and investigate your equations. You have the 3D graphing, so if you want to play with like cubes or surfaces or geometry, things like that, it'll be specifically tools that apply to that. Then the geometry has specific tools to construct all kinds of things that you would need for a geometry classroom. Now GeoGebra Classic will just have everything, all of the apps bundled into one possibility. Now you can play with these apps and use them for your classroom, but it's a build your own thing, so that's a little bit more difficult to work with for a lot of people until you figure out how you want to play with it. But it will, if you hit start, it'll just bring it up on your website, and you can use the URL at any time, bring you to the most updated version of GeoGebra. So you can see here, this has all of the separate tools that you could use, or separate sets of tools that you could use. And up here is your taskbar where you could play with different things, and such as create circles or ellipses or angles or whatever you need to do. But this also has separate resources that you can use. So if you click on that, you can actually explore all kinds of different applets that teachers have already created. So like this one's elementary school math activities, then middle school, high school, even some college up there. So if we were to go to this one, this is a position, velocity, and acceleration versus time graphs activity. You click on the activity, and it brings you to the page that you can manipulate things with. So if I wanted to change, if I move this up and down, it shows me how position versus time changes. So we can move the position either positive or negative, and it can show us how the time would adjust in this certain situation. Same with velocity and acceleration. And actually, velocity will change all of them. So as you can see here, as I'm moving it, you can see that velocity plays on both the acceleration and the position graphs. So if we go back to other things, such as you can even use it with subtraction and things like that if you needed to. And this one shows you the base 10 blocks that a lot of people use in classrooms. So you can adjust numbers to and from. So you see, because we can't draw from 2, or we can't subtract from 8 from 2, you would use 12. And it shows you what's happening over here in the base 10 blocks as well. So if we wanted to, say, build a circle, all we would have to do is we'd go to the classic. That's just what I'm used to using, so that's what I'm going to use. And there is a little button up here, and I can pick a whole bunch of circle through a point, circle with a center, and a radius, and all kinds of things. So I'm going to pick circle with center and radius. So I'm going to plop it down here on the origin, and it's going to prompt me with a box to enter the radius. So I'm going to pick 6. I'm going to hit enter or OK. And so then up here, this is the algebra side of things. So it actually shows me A is the intersect of the X and Y axis, or 0, 0, which is where I put A. And then this right here is our circle, and so it gives us the formula for our circle. You can also create angles with given measures or given size. So say I want to make B and C, and it'll prompt me with a given size. So I want to make this 30 degrees. So this will allow me to create an angle that is exactly 30 degrees. So that comes in handy when you're making triangles or something along those lines. And that is all for my GeoGebra video. So I encourage you to get on the website and play around with certain things and just figure and check out all the different kinds of resources you can use for different things.